Well, it's been a interesting couple of weeks since I've last made a YouTube video. Jinder Mahal has become the #1 contender to the WWE Championship. Randy Orton has roasted indie stars, and Jinder Mahal has won the WWE Championship. Now I know that there's a whole lot of people who love this and say, oh, it's actually something new compared to the staleness of what the WWE usually puts out. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but let's start in chronological order. Randy Orton trying to roast indie wrestlers kind of failed, you know, because people actually like indie wrestlers and nobody actually likes him anymore. And you know, the stuff he put out on Twitter, like the apology, where he put this match in order, like the typical indie match, didn't really sound like that bad of a match. Like there was "This is awesome" chants and "Fight forever" chants, and usually that happens in a pretty good wrestling match. So, you know, I guess him saying the ordinary boring match is actually a good match is kind of a testament to how far he's fallen off the wagon to where he once was in the main event of WrestleMania against Daniel Bryan and Batista. But, you know, anyway, yeah, and I think that him losing the championship to Jinder Mahal wasn't planned until he did all that, because I think it was kind of a punishment, because, you know, right now the WWE is filled with a lot of indie wrestlers like AJ Styles, who was a past WWE champion. Then you have guys like Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, the United States champion. Over on Raw, you got Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, Tyler Black and Jon Moxley. And in NXT, you have Gargano and Ciampa, who's about to have the feud of the summer. And as NXT champion, you know, he's not really indie, but, you know, he's not from WWE. You know, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura on SmackDown, once again, not very indie, but still not from WWE. Also in NXT, guys like Drew McIntyre, who's reinvented himself on the indie scene, and guys like Aleister Black, who's coming in, Andre Almas from CMLL. So, yeah, it might have been a punishment for Orton, and kind of like Vince or whoever who's right. Jimmy Jacob is a writer now, so he's probably protecting his independent friends and punishing Orton. So Jinder Mahal winning the WWE Championship, it blew my mind, and not in a good way. And I'm gonna copy something that Brian Alvarez from the Wrestling Observer Radio said. If you wanted Jinder Mahal to win, or you're glad that WWE didn't hinder Jinder, you obviously don't watch SmackDown. Because if you watch SmackDown, and many people don't, it's a better show, but people still watch Raw more than that, because, you know, Raw is Raw. If you watch it, then you'll see that he's, like, not very good at promos. You know, he's doing the old 80s thing, and just because it's new doesn't mean it's better. And I agree, Randy Orton should not have his hands anywhere near the WWE Championship. I didn't even think he should have another title match, you know, like, you know, ever after this. Unless that's like his way on out. That's like his way on out the door, and it's like his one last chance. That's about it. But at least he is actually championship material. Like Jinder Mahal, like, my friend was saying, oh, everyone's a jobber at one point. AJ Styles was a jobber. Yeah, but that was like in 2000 on WCW. But like 16 years later, he became the 6 years later, he became the WWE champion. Jinder Mahal won like 3 matches, and all of a sudden he's the WWE champion. He won the Battle Royal, or like the elimination match. Then he beat Styles. Then he beat Orton in a tag match. And then he became WWE. Like, winning 3 matches does not make you WWE Championship material. Like, call me old-fashioned, but I think the championship should mean something. And I would be for it, because, you know, he is big, and, like, this is something everyone can do, I guess. I don't know what this means. And, like, he has a good theme song. Bollywood boys backing him could lead him to win. Like, if it was, like, a kind of a slower build, then I can get behind it. Like, maybe at Backlash you could have beaten Ty Dillinger, or like before Backlash, he could have been pinned by Sami Zayn in like the final 2 guys, and have Sami Zayn go on to be the WWE Championship match, and then beat Ty Dillinger, win Money in the then pin Ty Dillinger or another babyface again to get into pin Sami Zayn. You know, he was just in a WWE Championship match. Now he's not even in the Money in the Bank because of this guy Jinder Mahal. Then maybe have Jinder Mahal shock win with the debut of the Bolly Boys, who should be kept down in NXT until this moment, and debut or maybe on 205 Live, and then make the jump to SmackDown to help Jinder Mahal win. Then maybe have them help Jinder Mahal to beat Sami Zayn for the Money in the Bank briefcase. Sami Zayn beat Jinder Mahal clean before Backlash and had a WWE Championship match and wasn't even in Money in the Bank. So this is his shot in a ladder match in the main event of Battleground. Unless you want to have AJ Styles go for the WWE Championship, in case that should be the main event. But, maybe like close to it, or have it be a marquee match. And then at SummerSlam, if you really want to make this guy a star, have him beat John Cena with the help of the Bollywood Boys. It's worked for Kevin Owens. It's worked for Seth Rollins. And if you want him to be on the fast track to becoming a star, beat John Cena at SummerSlam and continue Cena's losing streak. And the next year, have it like John Cena's trying to go after guys to, save his SummerSlam losing streak. In the years to come until he retires, which he says he never will, but, he's going to get old. Yeah. And then in September, maybe beat Dean Ambrose, and then in September have it be a clean sweep for, I would call them, the Kingdom. And I know it's a Ring of Honor thing, and this is why. Or I'll tell you why. And then, shouldn't give this all away. I'm going to make an Amino article about it, and you can read it there. And then I will say, have Jinder Mahal cost Team SmackDown the win at Survivor Series by hitting AJ with a steel chair, and then pulling a guy over and covering him 1, 2, 3. Jinder's disqualified. AJ Styles is done. Cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase. Pick up AJ Styles. Do the $1 million dream. And then 1, 2, 3, it's over. He's the champion. And then maybe go into the WrestleMania, since it'd be like November, and have a great match with AJ Styles at TLC. So that's my thought. Slow build is the best, or like maybe a slower build if you need to get this guy in the championship scene soon. Anyway, that's just my thoughts. I kind of rambled off there, so these are my thoughts.